Ladies and gentlemen, words from our mouths coming in your ears again. This time there's three guys. There's me, there's James, and there's Johnny. Say hi, fellas.
Hi, fellas.
Good
Oh,
afternoon.
fuck off, James. Yes, that's right. We have the return of Eswoogi.
Are we coming in people's ear without permission?
I was
That
gonna
doesn't sound
say,
good.
yeah, I heard that, and then you use Johnny as
Well,
well. I
just
like
to-
Johnny. It's
I know,
personable.
Johnny. Sorry, did you not want me to use Johnny?
No,
I'll
no,
not use Johnny
I
if you
like
don't
it.
want.
No, it's personable.
I'm happy to
This
switch
is
to
the
Jamie.
start.
Uh,
We're not restarting.
Are we?
How the devil are you both? Yes, we are recording. We're leaving this in.
Oh, we are recording. All right, we're going.
yeah, this is
it.
live.
Yeah,
I'd just like to point out that everybody gave consent when they clicked on the link. Okay?
What if
So-
it was also played from YouTube recommended?
Then
YouTube doesn't
you
recommend us.
turn
YouTube
autoplay
doesn't
off.
recommend us.
And turn autoplay off.
I've
Otherwise
had that
you're automatically
issue.
consenting.
I've stepped away from my PC midstream with autoplay on, and let's just say it didn't end well.
Oh God, what played?
I will just. I don't want to incriminate myself. TOS, etc.
It's just added to the long list of deleted VODs. That's all it was.
That's they're not deleted.
Muted.
They're spared. Yeah, no.
Archived.
Archived. Archived.
That's the word. Unpublished, archived for the behind the scenes special DVD that we're going to release one day. The VHS.
Best doing that because only
VHS.
so few people can actually watch it then. You're part of an exclusive club that still has really old media hardware.
It will become like a pilgrimage for people to go find a working VHS player and then find a TV with a connection you can connect it to.
Well, there
Finally
was
watch
um.
against 2S videos.
You know, like the verify you're not a bot where you have to click on X, Y, or Z, click on all the trains in these pictures. Or,
I fail them every time.
well, the thing is, I saw one the other day. It's to verify that you're an adult. It was like, what does VHS stand for? Or is it like this,
saw that
this? I was just like, man, that's brilliant. Like, because kids literally won't know what VHS is. Like,
Adult is
that's-
required. Put a picture of a floppy disk up there.
Oh my god!
If you make one of the answers save icon, then you'll know the kids have pressed it. Oh, look, it's the save icon.
I thought you said something else apart from floppy disk. So
You need to wash your brain out with soap.
I was brought down to the gutter by you guys pre to us recording.
There is no evidence of that.
Good luck in proving that in court.
Yeah.
We will see you in court, good sir.
You really wouldn't.
You'll be hearing from our lawyer, who is also IEP.
He's my lawyer as well, so.
No, we shotgunned them.
This case
Alright.
is all a sham, isn't it, if he's both of our lawyers?
Who's going to be the judge?
Mackie.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Well,
shit.
Mackie's
Because he
banned.
knows the head honcho, so he gets himself
yeah,
in
but
all
Mackie's
the...
banned.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times he knows the head honcho, he gets back in.
It's literally no way to escape coming back. Let's. But yeah, no, I'm
It's like a
good.
cult, you can't leave.
I'm good, thank you. How are you both? How are you both?
You first,
Ill.
James. Ill. Oh.
So if I cough, I apologise now. Deal with it.
And
If I
Mr.
cough,
Miss-
James
Miss-
apologises.
Mr. Pete, how are you?
I've been worse. You know, I can complain, and I probably will at some point. I shouldn't.
It's your moany little bitch.
Yeah, I'm just a bastard. It's just who
That's
I am.
the
I'm
British
sorry.
way. It's
Yeah.
just.
We have two institutions in Britain: complaining and queuing.
That's,
We're really good at queuing.
see, that's where I got. That's a story. I got banned from a co-op, which is like a grocery store, in a queue. Well, yeah, no, I was in. It was no. Are we allowed to discuss the?
Yes.
Okay, well, it was at the start of Rona, and when there was social
You thought
distancing.
that was a taboo subject or something?
Well, yeah, but it's just
It's like one of the biggest current events
it was
prior to the
everybody's
war.
life for the last
Then you
2
thought we
years.
couldn't say anything about
it
it.
used to be a current event. Now no one wears masks. No one even
No,
acknowledges it. Like, but anyway, I got kicked out and banned from a shop because it was at the very start of Rona, social distancing, and there was someone stood right behind me, and I could feel their breath on my neck. I turned around and said, like, "Can you back off?" Like, I mean, I was like that before Rona. I generally don't like people and germs. But yeah, they were right next to me, and I turned around and asked them to step back a little bit. But anyway, I ended up calling them a bad word, and I got completely banned from this shop.
What did the bad word begin with?
It rhymes with brunt.
Or punt, maybe.
Yes.
I knew it was going to
Or
be that word.
shunt. Yeah, it's
You could call them a cunny funt.
the thing is, for me, like I was discussing this at my sister's birthday party not long ago. For me, that's not a bad word, but if you say the word twat, that really makes my blood boil. If you call me a shunt, fine. If you call me a twat, oh my god,
So why are you censoring the one that you don't mind, but the one that you do mind, you're just saying it?
Because the
because
majority of people don't like the word cunt.
well,
So you've got
we've got a lot of
And he drops the
Americans.
C-bomb.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Americans in my community, and like in America, that's like the worst thing you could ever say ever. And then you've got Starstorm in Australia, who's like, that's normal. Like,
Yeah, that's how I order my pizza.
I say the UK is weird because some people absolutely hate it and some people don't care. Like, I mean, I probably use that word about 30 times a day to describe my colleagues to their faces.
well, when I call my parents, if I speak to my father, I say, "Hey up, you old shunt, runt."
You can just say the word.
No, I refuse to because I'm conscious of our listeners. I'm conscious
Because he doesn't
of you
want to be a
listeners.
twat.
Oh, you. Also, not just twat, nitwit. Twat
Okay,
and
that's
nitwit.
What's wrong with nitwit?
Again, I don't know. The other swear words and name calling.
I don't
Fine.
think nitwit's even a swear word. It's saying that you have the wit of a nit.
AKA fuck all.
I mean, that's a given. But anyway, I've just told everyone how to trigger me. So, well done. Let's
Your chat
start
is
the
gonna be
bubble.
brilliant.
Oh yeah, they already know. They already know.
I was going to say that 99% of the people listening know exactly what pushes your buttons.
And they do push my buttons a lot.
To be fair, you set yourself up for it by live streaming. Get a
oh,
real job. I'm just kidding.
No, honestly, no. I have actually been considering it over the last however many months. It's
Porn star is not a real job.
porn star.
Yes.
I would call it porn phenomenon.
Porn watching definitely isn't a real job.
Again,
Why would that ever be a job? Like, what are you talking about?
it's to an extent it is.
Watching it.
No, go on, yeah, no, I want to hear his reasoning.
Okay.
So some
Know your
people
workings.
have to go through the sites to make sure the content that is so things like revenge porn, like people are saying like, oh, they recorded it on my phone, and it's so someone's got to go through that and watch it as a job to remove it. So that's no.
Yeah, I accept his working. No,
Yeah.
that is a valid job.
No, I've tried looking for openings, but there are none that I can find.
There's a lot
Sure,
of
I was going to say, if you look hard enough, there's plenty. Jesus,
Anyhow, we
we're
digress.
less than 10 minutes in, and this
Yeah.
has been the worst opening to anything ever.
We are
Mum, I'm so
discussing-
sorry you have to listen to this.
I feel
We are
that this.
discussing jobs in a billion-dollar industry.
Yeah. And of all the
Therefore,
billion-dollar industries, you had to choose that one.
Yeah, so do we restart and do it from afresh? Do we and cut? Start again.
Nope, that's not how this works,
Shit.
unfortunately.
But yeah, I've never seen pornography, whatever.
What is porn? I've never heard of it.
Innocent young Christian boy. Saying that, I have
Delete
actually.
browser history.
Well, you say that.
Swiftly moving
I
on.
actually, on the porn
Oh,
subject,
God,
I
here
have,
we go.
I have a question for anyone listening who has a VR headset. Have you watched porn with it? Because I own one, and I actually haven't. And I've got a friend who's got a VR headset, and he says he hasn't either. But I'm curious, has anyone ever actually watched VR porn?
That's
Never.
funny, isn't it?
Look,
You doubt your friend, but you
incredibly
expect no one
awkward.
to doubt you.
Well, people are going to doubt me, but I know I haven't, so I am curious to find someone who has.
I
Who Eswoogi has, hasn't he?
No, dude, I'm not fucking Elon Musk. I haven't language. I haven't got a VR headset.
No, you couldn't afford one.
The silence.
I
Digress.
don't believe him.
All right, let's move on from this now.
Let's
I'm
move on.
very uncomfortable. I'm starting to sweat in my arse crack.
Pete, we'll move on to a new subject. How is your pussy?
I can't catch it up the stairs. It bites my hands all the time. It will not settle down in bed, and some days I just can't find it.
Pete has a new cat for those confused.
It's a kitten. Come on.
That's still a cat.
Yeah, I'm explaining for Swoog. He seems to have died.
Well, no, yeah, no. I was like the way you explain that. I'm like, there's so much I could say here, but I'm not going to. I'll try.
That was why I was saying it the
I
way I was
know.
saying
I nearly bit. I so nearly bit. That was. But how old is the kitten? What did we call it?
It's 10 weeks old, and her name is Lola.
Ah, that's my youngest niece's name.
Oh, we didn't name the cat. The family it came from, the kids were very allergic, so we adopted her, and they named her Lola, and we kept the name.
So wait, the parents had cats, they had kittens, and the kids were allergic.
No. The parents bought a kitten for the kids. Turns out the kids were allergic, so we couldn't keep it.
Oh, man, that would be really devastating.
Surely you get rid of the kids.
Well, actually, yeah, I had to carry the cat out whilst the kids were sat on the stairs crying,
oh God!
like begging their mum to not let the cat go. I know, but
You monster, Pete.
Walking out with a cat. Santa isn't real.
I know. And neither's the Easter Bunny. And I'm going to eat this cat for my. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, they live around the corner, and they're more than welcome to visit the cat. So yeah, it's someone Charlotte knew as well. It was all like everybody knows each other. They can come and see the cat whenever they want.
They're more than welcome to visit the cat they're allergic to.
Well, yeah, but you know, they love it. They had it for 2.5 weeks before they decided enough was enough. So that's plenty of time for kids to fall in love with it.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with like allergies to animals. Was it just like sneezing and like
rashes in this case? Though, that was making them itch and their eyes were puffed up and things like that. So
bloody hell! I wonder what caused it. Like that's
It's the fur, because I get the reaction to some cats, but not others. This one's proved fine so far. So
well, from what I saw, from what I know from my extensive, vast knowledge of intellects. There's certain animals where you can get like where they've been bred to be allergy.
Hypoallergenic.
Yeah, so that they essentially don't trigger allergies, but they're like a specific breed that's been. I don't know. Let's.
They're probably mega expensive too.
Oh, of course. Let's have a look. So anti-allergy.
Hypoallergenic is the word.
Anti-allergy cat. No, it's a
There you go.
superhero now. It flies around in a cape.
So Siberian, Russian blue, Bengal. Do you know what? Cats are cats.
Javanese Devon Rex, Cornish Rex, Javanese Sphinx. I'm sure the Sphinx is in Egypt. I don't think a lot of people are allergic to it. It's a stone, or lots of stones.
Sphinx is called a sphinx because it's an animal. The Sphinx was a mythological creature.
Mythological creature.
Apparently, it's
in
not.
In some places, I am.
Apparently, Sphinx is not. All right, I'm going to stop googling. Otherwise, we're going to go down a massive wormhole here.
Wormhole talking
literally.
For the next hour.
Go down a sphinx hole or a sphincter, if you will.
For fuck's sake, Pete.
Look, I've got to have my turn as well. You guys
Talk
can.
about pussy.
I got to talk about what?
Pussy.
Thank you.
So, Bengal cats, they're like the huge ones, aren't they?
I don't know. I own a cat. That doesn't make me an expert. I don't even know what this cat is. It's a tabby, I think.
What sort of cat do you have?
You've got loads of animals, though, haven't you?
I don't have loads of animals. The house I used to live in had loads of animals.
Ah, so all the doggos and.
He is starting a new menagerie, though.
I'm not. No, there's only 3.
You're going to start a menagerie.
I don't want another one. If I end up with that many animals again, for whatever reason, I will throw myself off a very large bridge.
No, you won't. You can't be bothered to walk up the ridge.
I mean, I'll have a bungee cable attached to my. It will be like just something to do to pass the time and not be in the house. But
you're going outside. Don't believe it.
All right, I tried to
fair enough.
Google what menagerie means, and I got pictures of Nicki Minaj. What's menagerie? Sorry.
I don't exactly know what it means. Basically, it's a collection of animals on the
yeah,
road.
it's like a petting zoo almost.
Okay, yeah, I was just like, I don't know what that means. I'm gonna Google it, and it's like Nicki Minaj. I'm like, oh, god damn it!
It's a collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. So
Petting zoo.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm keeping animals for exhibition apparently.
While waiting 40 minutes for Eswoogi to start because he was late, we did discuss
You
T-Game.
you were eating and blah blah blah, and
This is true. I had meatballs and rice.
yeah, Pete was putting
But
down
what-
kids. You were eating pizza, and I was just like, man, these guys.
If we go for this,
I'm
you
a
were
busy,
7
I'm a
days
busy
late. Then, mate.
man.
You were 7 days late.
James, we're 14 days late. We can't talk shit about anybody.
I think we'll be 21 days late when this comes out.
That's a good point.
We missed 2.
Don't talk to me about schedules and times. So we're just moving on.
9:30 a.m. every day. Yes, come on. I remember those days.
It was actually
Our
9
schedule
a.m.
is we'll release
Was
every
it? Oh.
Sunday.
That was back.
Very
Our
good at
schedule.
schedules.
We release every Sunday unless we forget to record.
Oh shit.
Is there a problem with releasing on Sunday? I can't listen to it when it releases. I'll be in church. Ah.
Although, if this week's doesn't come out on Sunday, it's because I set up the delay release wrong because I'm going away this weekend.
Oh.
Oh. Hang on. Before you tell us about you going away, didn't you go to a wedding recently? Don't we need to hear about that?
Yes. I got drunk. I said a speech. It went well.
How drunk?
My room was 18 miles away from the fucking venue.
I've
It was in the same hotel.
Big was this place?
I don't know, but they gave me a ticket. They said, go down to the ground floor, and it's the last room on to the right. I was like, okay then. So as I'm walking down, and I passed the woolly mammoths, and pretty sure I went through the Cretaceous period at one point, and then eventually got to my fucking room. It was so
Whereabouts
far
in
away.
the UK was this?
Cornwall.
They haven't got hotels that big in Cornwall, dude. That's like impossible. Like,
It was at least 20 miles I had to walk.
You said you went through the Cretaceous period. Is that when it was all crabs?
I said the wrong word, and I tried to style it out, but nope, you had to pick it up.
I was crustaceans and crabs. You went through the time when the world was ruled by giant crabs. That's what happened.
Yes, I went through the crab period.
I'm going to be late for work again. Is it that? Yeah, it's the crab again.
Randomly on that one, I saw a great picture today, which was a guy texting his boss saying, I'm going to be late for work. The boss was like, why? Well, there's a cat in my car. The boss was like, for fuck's sake, you can't use that as an excuse. The guy sent the picture. It was a cat digger had fallen off a lorry onto his car. And the boss was like, yeah, fair enough.
I can understand why the boss was mad, though. He obviously worded it to piss the boss off.
oh, okay, if it was this hotel in Cornwall, sorry, I'm
It
googling
wasn't
again.
actually 18 miles.
Yeah, well, no, I just assumed in Cornwall they're like pretty much like huts, like rather than actual buildings.
It was actually a very nice place. I will send you a link. I won't say where it is because it's not far from
Yeah, no. There's actually a lot nice. Anyway, for anyone that isn't from the UK, Cornwall is one of the popular beach places in the UK. But it's very
Tiny postcard villages.
yeah. It's really like compared to like places in the US or anything like that. It's tiny. It looks like a castle.
Well, it's stunning.
Oh, well, see, I used to holiday a lot in Cornwall. Devon is close to Cornwall, right?
Yes, I'm in Devon. If I stand on the roof of my next door neighbour's house, I live in a bungalow, I can see Cornwall.
Yeah. So Devon we used to go to a lot too as kids. It was like one of our holiday places when we were growing up. Like we never used to go abroad because we weren't well off or anything. So it was like we'd get like a camper van, which I wasn't allowed to sleep in the camper van because I peed the bed a lot growing up, and I wasn't allowed to sleep in there. So my siblings, I've got 3 other siblings, they used to have to fight over who was going to sleep in the tent with me outside because they knew they were going to get peed on in the middle of the night.
Oh no! Is this where the start of the bucket came into things? Is that why?
It was. There used to be some vicious fights about who's going to be sleeping outside of the camper van in the tent with me because they were going to get peed on.
That's why we fight in this house. Wait, sorry, not in this house. In the house we used to live in, who's going to get peed on by all the dogs?
Your menagerie.
Honestly, no, right. They all used to sleep in the kitchen, and the first person to get up would have to wade through piss to the back door to get to the mop
my God.
to start cleaning it up. Oh God, I don't miss that.
That's why, because we used to have a dog here. I haven't got them anymore, but we have a dog flap. It's like a big cat flap, basically.
That's how you get in when you forget your keys, isn't it?
When I was at my parents, because the one I've got here is tiny, because I only had a pug, but at my parents, the one's quite big. And yeah, I genuinely have forgotten keys and gone in through it before. Which is, all I can do is get to the conservatory, because then they lock the door from the conservatory of the house. But it was still better than sleeping outside, which I have also done before. I did sleep in a wheelie bin once as well.
In a wheelie bin? Okay.
How do you sleep in a... I don't even know what that's called in like the US. It's essentially a plastic garbage can.
They have.
Right,
I'm sure the US has wheelie bins.
No, dude. All 3 times I've been in the US, I've never seen a wheelie bin.
I've seen films in the US and they've got wheelie bins.
Yeah, I know. I've seen videos of the truck that empties them with a big arm and it throws them because it doesn't work properly. You're just
Are we talking like the big
bin across the street?
Are we talking like the big ones or the individual ones?
The individual ones that we get in the house. I will put a picture on the screen right now of a wheelie bin for those people who are confused, just in case.
Make sure you put your face on it as well, James.
I'm not putting my face on a wheelie bin.
Well,
but anyway,
I just don't see how you sleep in one of those.
Well,
let me tell you, Swug.
You know some people like chain them up to the house so they don't escape or get blown over or stolen or whatever.
No,
it's definitely escape and run away.
We were wandering home drunk from uni and someone, for some reason, they bet me I couldn't get in the wheelie bin or I wouldn't get in the wheelie bin, so I got in the wheelie bin. I couldn't get out of the wheelie bin again. That was the problem. And my friends, who are really good friends, walked off.
Yeah, I mean...
So I ended up falling asleep in it.
How tall are you?
Woke up to a very angry lady. 6'1", I had to think then.
Dude, that must have hurt.
It was not comfortable.
Oh, god damn. Yeah.
You still fell asleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
How much it was falling asleep or passing out?
Okay.
Drunkenly passing out. Yeah. See, I'm too much of a germaphobe. I have a thing about germs and dirt. I wouldn't be able to.
I did wake up to some woman shouting at me. And then some bloke, her husband, I'm assuming, helping lift me out, and then me very quickly running off because he looked like he was going to hit me, and then I just hear "You threw up in the fucking bin!" It was the same one I was in.
Oh dear.
I just ran. You don't hang around, do you?
Okay, so that's a drunken story about you being stuck in a bin. I, perfectly sober, slipped at work and fell into a bin, and these very tall, well, not very tall, they're like about half my height, and they're very thin, and I went in arse first and folded up completely and slanted to the bottom.
How the fuck did you fall into something ass first?
I slipped, and I tried to steady myself, and I sort of span a little bit, tipped backwards, and then went in arse, and I sat in it, and so I was folded up with my legs in the air and my arms in the air, and I couldn't get out. And then the people around me were too busy laughing to be able to get me out, because obviously turns out when you're laughing, you're not that strong. So there was 4 people trying to drag me out. And then eventually they settled for just pushing the bin over and letting me drag myself out.
I'm intrigued what sort of bin that is. But yeah,
You look like a hermit crab.
I did look like a hermit crab. I'll get you a picture so that James can put a picture of the said bin.
Oh my
on
god,
the
there's a
screen.
picture of this.
No, a picture of the bin. So I mean, there's probably CCTV footage. It's about 6'3".
6'3". Jesus, I'm used to being tall. Actually, I suppose I'm 8'4", so
exactly.
Give or take.
8'4". Yeah, give or take a couple of meters.
Yeah, give or take 2.5 foot, you know. But that sort of thing is terrifying for me. I'm claustrophobic. being stuck like that would absolutely terrify. If it happened to someone else, I'd be dying of laughter. But to me, I would be full on panic. Like,
yeah, I had about 13 people dying of laughter trying to lift me out. It was it was a sight to behold.
I've laughed at hearing about it.
Yeah, it's like a turtle being stuck upside down, but or like, you know, in like on Tom and Jerry when a deck chair folds up and
oh my god,
just the legs are sticking out. It was that sort of thing, and I was completely helpless as well because, like, obviously I couldn't shift my body in any way. Like, if I was on my own, I'd have been stuck until somebody found me because I couldn't. There was no way I could have knocked
from being stuck in bin. Just
it's the new version of 127 hours. It's just
there would have been no way of me being able to knock the bin over myself whilst in it to get me out. Because I couldn't reach my arms up far enough to, like, manipulate my elbows in any particular direction. So I was just, like, waving my hands and feet around going, somebody get me out!
I can literally imagine that. The thing is, I want to die of laughter. I'm also thinking if that happens to me, I would literally have a full-on panic attack. Yeah.
It was fantastic. You can't write that stuff.
You really can't, but yeah, I got a couple of phobias from one of my siblings growing up, and one of them is claustrophobia.
Is that from being locked under the stairs?
Well, no, it's from where he used to fart on me and then chuck a sofa cushion on my head and pin me down. But yeah, same with my arachnophobia as well. He used to find the biggest spider possible, chase me around, pin me down, put it on my face.
That's horrible. Yeah,
Siblings are the best.
No, they're not.
Does that lead us on to our sponsor, Spider Crate?
Oh no! Don't send me any more spiders, James, please.
Oh.
This is why I got the cat.
Yeah, I don't touch spiders. I don't mess with. Like,
You put your headset on?
Honestly, I had a spider in the top corner of my living room, like, I don't know, 4 months ago, and he just disappeared after a few days, and I'm still terrified where he is.
He knows where you are.
He's probably inside of my ear. Like, he's already probably laid eggs, and I'm actually being controlled by the spider right now.
He lays them in your tear duct, and then you know, you sat watching like a film that makes you cry a little bit, and you got to just wipe your eye, and then 1,000 spiders pour out your eye socket.
Have you ever seen how many spiders come out of an egg sac?
Yeah, it's fucking loads.
Dude, my cousin, she used to live next door to us. She's like 2-3 years younger than me. She used to catch the spiders with the big eggs on their back and put it in like the see-through plastic boxes for insects and just wait for them to hatch. The amount of spiders that come out of those. Alright, let's move on.
Okay, just before we move on, do you know the worst part about putting them in that box there is if they don't find something to eat after so long, they start eating each other.
That's fine. Just kill them all off. Kill themselves off. Just eradicate themselves.
There's going to be one super strong one at the end that's killed hundreds of enemies before.
King of the hill, you might say.
That's what I'm like. That's why I'm so strong and buff and grrr.
8 feet tall.
8'4". 8'4".
8'4".
All your siblings.
Yeah, but not before they pinned him under a fart cushion or put a spider in his face, apparently.
That's why he ate them. This is your, like, super villain origin story, isn't it?
Literally, this is where it all began, boys.
Downward spiral started.
Oh, jeez. I can't. You know what? You know who Limmy is? No. You guys don't know who Limmy is?
Who?
The Scottish comedian. Limmy. Are you kidding?
I have no idea what you're actually saying. I hear.
Never heard of him.
Limmy. Limmy.
I thought you were saying Loomy before. I was like, yeah, I know Loomy, but
you know Loomy. Right, yeah, but I don't think Loomy's ever done it. But right, okay, I'll send you a link.
It's not.
You don't know who Limmy is. You've not seen his Twitch clips appear. The Scottish fella, he streams a lot.
Oh,
he used to do a sketch show.
I think I know who you mean now, but I don't. I think I've seen some of his clips on Twitter. He's a TV person that came to Twitch, and
that's right.
Yeah.
And brought his audience to Twitch instead because apparently TV didn't want him anymore. I don't know what the story is. I don't really listen to.
Ryan Limond, he's called.
Brian, that's right, it is called Brian Lemon. Anyway, he's got a video of a spider crawling around his face and into his mouth and out.
Alright, no, banned. Conversation over.
Yeah. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't think Lumi has ever done that. Lumi, if you have ever done that, you are banned.
Have you guys got any phobias? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, spiders.
Fucking spiders.
Yeah. See, I discovered through playing Subnautica recently that I have a fear of the sea, which has a name. It's thalassophobia.
It's deep bastard water is the name.
Yes, deep bastard water. Thank you. Yeah, it makes me very, very, very nervous, even when it's not real. Even just watching a video of it.
Yeah.
I have trypanophobia.
What's that?
Needles.
Ooh,
oh,
okay.
But mine's weird because I've got nothing against needles, and I still do.
What?
I've
got prejudice.
No problem with him. You know, I'm not gonna like beat him up if he comes near me with fucking needles. But no, sorry, carry on.
I go give blood every 8 weeks now. Every 8 weeks I go give blood. But if I look at the needle, I will pass out.
Interesting.
I just don't look at it and I'm fine.
Oh yeah. That's whenever
I've had needles, like sharp objects designed for penetrating your skin. That's not an unreasonable thing to be afraid of.
Yeah, so I'm happy to do it. I've got tattoos and I want more tattoos. I'm happy for all that, which is at the end of the day a needle stabbing into you repeatedly. But I said I give blood every 8 weeks. But yeah, if I just look at the needle, I'll be like chatting to someone. I can literally just look down and like, fast asleep. Well, it looks like I'm fast asleep instantly.
Yeah, see,
Which when you do that, they stop taking your blood. I was fuck's sake, I've come all this way. Just fucking take it. Well, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, they said my blood was useless anyway. The
STDs.
Yeah, that's it. But no, I always
my blood type's gravy, so it goes to a food bank.
Just oozing gravy. But yeah, I have to look away as well. But yeah, so spiders, sea, not gravy, needles. But
fear of gravy.
I'm the same with the sea as well. If I can't touch the bottom, it just no.
I fucking love the sea. One of my dreams in life is to retire and save the world.
You want to be the Little Mermaid. One of my dreams is to be Ariel.
James, you will be eaten by the bloop.
I don't care, I'm retired.
The bloop will eat you.
Do I get a big boat with sails on it?
I don't think you get a boat as big as the bloop.
I don't know. What's the bloop?
I don't know either.
I don't think it's a real thing. I'll let you Google it. The bloop. You can Google the bloop.
Stop making me Google it.
BLOOP.
I'm gonna have to delete my browsing history again. Oh, that's cool.
It's the bloop.
Serious sound from the deep ocean.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It could be there. You don't know.
Well, years later, the NOAA scientists discovered that the sound emanated from an iceberg cracking and breaking away from the Antarctic glacier.
It's a theory. It's a theory. The sea, we don't know. The sea is scary. The sea is terrifying.
Yeah. We're surrounded by bloops, Loch Ness monsters, Megalodons. Yeah, they're there. And just giant things, swimming knives. They're down there.
Well, that's where most of the new species and animals are being found. Like this day and age, is deep sea.
The cutlery drawer. Oh, sorry.
The spooky daddy long legs and.
No, don't like those. Do you know what? Actually, most bugs don't bother me whatsoever.
Same. Not in the slightest.
Spiders
do not bother me.
I can't deal with spiders. What's the other? Daddy long legs creep me out, but I can move them if I need to.
Yeah, they're slow and dumb.
One thing that doesn't bother me at all, though, is bees and wasps. They don't bother me.
Yeah.
But people kick off when they see when they see a wasp, they get immediately terrified, as if the sting is anything worse than someone pinching the back of your arm. Which, by the way, is horrible. Don't do that to someone.
I've never been stung before, but
I suppose if you're allergic, it's different.
But I'm allergic to them. It's not like I try and avoid. I move away from them, but I don't flap or anything like that. If they come near me, I have found the best defense in the world, though, which you can also do, Swoog, I believe.
Get the shotgun out.
blow smoke at them.
Oh, yeah. Smoke them out.
Especially nicotine smoke. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's even worse for them because the amount of nicotine they get from it.
Because they're addicted to it.
So they overdose.
Get 'em hooked.
You end up with loads of crackhead wasps
That's it.
everywhere.
Get the
Just
meth
going,
pipe
yeah,
out.
mate, you got a cig there. And then they start hanging around you when you're smoking because they need that nicotine hit. So you give them a nicky rush then.
Anything vaguely flies near me, it gets nicotine blown at it. Fuck off.
Well, the thing is, we were discussing this in Discord the other day. Somebody like woke up and they're just like, I wondered why I was in so much like pain when I woke up, and there was a wasp in his bed and he got stung like I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
But bees and wasps, one of them, if you put lemon juice on it, and the other one put vinegar on it, it negates the venom or the
Yeah, one's acid, one's alkaline,
Yeah.
it neutralises it.
yeah. But if you get it the wrong way round, it amplifies it. I was just like, give it a go.
The trial and error with a bit of
that's
risk to it.
Let us know how you get on. It's one or the other. Good luck.
I was politely informed on the weekend, actually, that the collective name for bees and wasps is spicy flies.
I believe the term is, cunts.
Okay. Oh, no, there it is again.
That's a valid use of the word.
Okay.
I read. Excuse me. I read once that you could remove wasps from the food chain and it wouldn't affect the ecosystem. I don't know how true that is, but
I've heard that's one of the few animals you can completely get rid of and it wouldn't actually affect the ecosystem.
yeah. But then again, we do that
how
with
true it is or not.
pretty much every animal anyway. We're killing everything off, including ourselves.
We're very good at killing ourselves off, actually.
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
We can go very deep down there.
What
Changing
kills
rabbit holes
more
completely.
humans than humans? I'll tell you what, the bloop.
Spiders.
Dude, meteors.
The bloop. The bloop is bigger than any meteor in the world universe. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This is as close as you get to drunken
I'm
ramblings
literally,
from me.
I'm down. Like, I'm deep down a bloop rabbit hole at the moment. Like, I'm in.
I started rabbit holing and had to stop outside. I've just gone quiet for the next
I've
20 minutes.
literally seen pictures of things that. Anyhow.
Did I speak about the wonder of the people who make my chair? I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, Pete.
You did, yes. The customer service. Yeah, they're replacing the arm and then they send you a new chair or something like that.
The what of the
They
what?
sent me a new arm. I have a noble chair. I spent fucking like 400 quid on this stupid chair.
What?
A chair.
It's
Made by a
basically a
company called
throne.
Noble
So
Chairs.
imagine what the Queen sits on. James got one of those.
I got one of the proper sweaty damer chairs.
Oh, noble.
Yes.
Oh, all right, Elon. Bloody hell.
I know, right?
Jesus.
But
What's your two fridges and Kev's balance beams
look
to
at
shake?
that, that's
it. For years, I've always had back issues and all that a lot, and I believe it was the amount of time I sat at my computer and sat badly. Now I've got a proper chair, my back is like a million times better, so I don't care how bougie and overpriced it is. My back hurts less.
Well, the thing is, from what I just gathered from what you said there, like something broke on the chair and they just
the armrest broke.
they just sent you another one.
The chair's like 18 months, 2 years old now. I broke the armrest. So I messaged them saying, well, first off, I had a message Noble Chair saying, I need to order a new armrest because I can't work out where to order it. They were like, we'll send you through to Overclockers, which are the UK retailers. And then I got an email like 3 days later saying, it's been dispatched. And I'm like, oh no, can you confirm the side? I was like, it's the left-hand side. And he got back saying, yeah, it's been dispatched. So I was like, how do I pay you? And he was like, I don't know, no charge. No, didn't charge me for postage or anything, just sent me a new armrest out. Didn't need any pictures for proof that it was broken or anything like that. They was like, yep, sure, here you go.
Just sent you an armrest
Yeah, that's the bit of the book. That's the
or
bit I needed.
the whole chair.
It's the armrest.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like
I say, a whole new chair would be really good. But
well, that's what is it? GX, DX racers? What are they
The
called?
X racers.
Well,
It's
yeah.
DX, isn't it?
I had
Yeah,
like
what
a
DX?
Chinese knockoff which was like $80. It was like a FX racer, but close friend, long-time friend of the stream, he has an actual DX racer, and his busted like after however many years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They just sent him a whole new chair.
Yeah, from what
After
I've been
that
reading,
long as well, wow.
Yeah, it's like a
What-
lifetime warranty or something. I was just like, uh-huh.
What into your mind's like that? Something stupid like that. Short of, I think, like fire damage, basically. They'll send whatever part breaks. They'll send me a new one.
Meanwhile, I'm sat on the
Impressive. It's
sun
worth
lounger.
spending the.
Yeah, that's the thing. Isn't it?
It's worth
I've
the
never-
investment, isn't it? If they're just going to replace it, so.
I mean, for that
Maybe.
sort of like money where they just send you another one, absolutely, yeah. But
It depends if you've got that money lying around, though, right?
well,
Then I did work out. I was spending like 70, 80 quid a year on a new chair because it was wearing out and breaking and being horrible.
frick me, what do you do in your chairs, bud?
Don't ask.
No one wants to know that. I always sit really badly. I'm sat cross-legged at the minute, which is never good for a chair and all that lot. And I'll sit on my feet and I'll stand on the chair and all sorts. I can't sit still.
What he does with the chair is also related to why he knows the word menagerie, and we'll leave it at that.
And the
It
word
also doesn't
bloop.
help. It doesn't help. I also wear jeans, and if you have cheap leather and jeans, obviously it just rips through it. That's normally what happens. I normally rip the bottom. But yeah, I bought this one like 2 to 3 years ago, between that time frame somewhere, and it's still like it's brand new. Bar that armrest breaking, but that only broke because I lent it at a weird angle while trying to stand and put some Christmas lights up.
It's really
was stood-
important. It's really important that
was
you've
stood
got
on the
a
armrest.
gaming chair, though, because if you'd bought an office chair, then you would never be able to do any gaming in it. Because like you'd switch your
I used
computer
to-
on, you'd load your game up, and if you were in an office chair, suddenly you'd be like, "Oh, hang on a second. This shouldn't be a game. This should be a spreadsheet. Now I need to start a Zoom call with 15 people and talk about dialing it up and thinking outside the box."
Honestly, office chairs
And-
See that,
are
but a lot of office
amazing.
these days do have this style chair now as well.
Yeah, but
because
then
they are
also
ergonomic.
office workers are plagued with MMO addictions, aren't they? So they get them all gamer chairs, and suddenly they're all on old school RuneScape, and they're all sort of leveling up the wood cutting or whatever the fuck you do on RuneScape.
I
I've never
will
played it.
say this podcast is sponsored by Eswoogi, Pete and James Chairs. If you email us requesting a chair, just send us $500 each. We will send you a great chair.
£1,500 for a chair.
Dude, it will be
Yeah,
one of
actually,
those plastic garden chairs that you get. Just
Yeah, but it'll be signed by all of us.
Even better, for that price, we could buy a mock-off DX Racer and get a sticker put on it that says Swoog, Pete and James Chairs. and still pocket like 300 quid profit.
does Dragon's Den still go? Are they still doing this?
There's a new series starting this week.
I honestly, I haven't seen that show in
Devin
Who watches,
Watches
forever.
on the-
who watches TV anymore?
I only know that because Devin Meaden was on the radio this morning telling us about it.
I only know that because it came on after X Factor. So,
Which is
The
on
last
after
time-
Neighbours or something.
oh my god, what Neighbours got cancelled?
Brookside.
I-
I don't watch telly.
I watch live TV nearly every week, but it's sport.
Watch what?
If I'm watching sport of some sort of Formula One, football, that sort
Ah,
of thing.
well, Formula One I don't count as sport. That's like,
Yeah.
Okay. What about football?
well,
Snooker is sport, James. Come on.
Formula One is kind of cool, isn't it? Like, I mean, I still don't watch it. That's more my.
Too cool to be sport, is that what you're
Well, I
saying?
don't know. Is racing a sport? Is that not like?
It's literally called motorsport.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just driving.
Yeah.
I could do it easy as piss.
Yeah.
So I watched that sort of thing. Other than that, the last thing I watched live on TV, I think I watched the Queen's speech, or it was on in the
Oh
background.
my god, you're so banned. Yes.
I wouldn't have watched it. I'd been cooking at the time, but I think it was on.
That's another wormhole, isn't it? The Queen's speech and is the Queen, but
I've never seen a Queen's speech.
I've seen it
Queen is
once,
amazing.
and it was this year when I was around my sisters for Christmas or New
I would
Year's.
rather
whatever it
watch
was.
B movie on repeat.
I've never seen the B movie.
It's better than the Queen's speech. I know this because I've never heard the Queen talk.
I've
Anyway,
seen it.
we're liking the Queen at the minute because, well, Sweet's not, 'cause it doesn't matter to him, and not to you either. But I'm liking the Queen this week because next week I get 2 days off,
Yes, well, you can like the Queen for that, and you can also stick it up your ass.
and at some point, probably in the next 12 months or so, when she pops the clogs, I'll get another day off.
She's
Okay,
already.
so you're predicting when the Queen she's already dead, yeah.
Yeah,
She's being
that's-
puppeteered around.
That's
her
the
corpse is
theory,
being-
isn't it? That's
Somebody is wearing her corpse like a bodysuit.
well, she actually hasn't been seen from what I've heard, but again, that's another.
Yeah, she turned up at a public event, didn't she?
Yeah, it was she
Wearing
went, like,
yellow.
No, she went like 6 to 8 weeks without being seen. She has been seen since then. or the Queen's suit has been seen.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, there was a conspiracy theory that the Queen was. I don't want to say it because this is so trigger word, and the NSA are going to pick up on it and.
Just say it. It's fine. Nobody watches, listens. It's fine.
Dude, everyone's this. But yeah, no. Anyway, there was a theory that the Queen was dead, and they were just waiting for a specific time to release the news because of blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all codswallop. That's a good word. I like codswallop.
What an English word.
Yeah, I like codswallop.
It's like, but I you see the conspiracy theory. I mean, people have conspiracy theories all the time. Fine, but what sort of country do we live in?
Flat.
But what sort of world do we live in where you can't break the news that a 90-odd-year-old woman has died because people would go into mass hysteria? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not like people are expected to live forever.
Diesel is nearly £2 a litre. We can't afford to have any more panic at the minute.
God, it's so expensive. Don't talk to me
I
about
bought
that.
diesel today at £1.89 a litre.
Oh, fucking hell.
Don't, you're going to trigger the Americans. They're like, oh my god, 2 barrels cost me $3. It's getting out of control.
Oh, yeah, I know. They can go fuck themselves with that.
You see them, it's like they're hitting like, oh, it's $2 a gallon. Yeah, it's £2 a fucking litre here.
That's another reason we should go back to Imperial. The
the
Penguin was right all along.
But I say, for the confusion for US ones, what a litre is, it's just a little bit more than a quart. So imagine it being $2 a quart.
What's a
That's what we have
quart?
to deal with.
Is that a shilling or a tuppence? Or
no, that's a US. A US quart is a measurement.
No, a tuppence is a cunt.
Well, that's tenants.
But yeah, no, it just makes me giggle. Like, I mean, obviously it's like relevant to the country and how much you like. But yeah, it's when you see them mention or refer to their price per gallon of fuel. It's just like, dude, that's cheap as fuck still compared to here. Like,
and they're all talking about how expensive it is as well. It's on the news.
It's not been that cheap since about the 70s here.
Oh God, it's so depressing.
So we just need to go back to invading country. I can't say that, but no, I saw.
I've got a fun fact on invading countries.
I was going to say I saw that tweet as well. There's only 22 countries in the world that the UK has not invaded.
No, the one I saw was the most common holiday celebrated around the world, excluding religious holidays, is Independence from the British.
Day. Yeah,
Independence from the British.
What?
It works out on average. It's celebrated every 3.3 days. There are that many Independence Days from Britain.
Will Smith Day.
Yes, Will Smith.
Yeah, he saves the planet from aliens.
That's not what Independence Day is, Swoog.
That's
the film Independence Day is.
Yeah, I know, but it's not what Independence Day is.
The film Independence Day is not Independence Day. Is that what you're saying?
That's the only reference I know to proper Independence Day, but apparently
only 22 countries have not been invaded.
There you go. That's Britain.
Oh my god, that's fucking brilliant.
They're literally.
Oh, Britannia!
I saw the tweet. Only 22 countries have never been invaded by Britain. And I saw the list. I'm like, really?
We missed Monaco. Maybe Monaco didn't exist when we were invading.
Sweden is on there, so you don't fuck with the Swedes.
Sweden's a surprising one, yeah. But just for everyone who, because I'm not comparing, the list is Andorra, Belarus. How do we miss Belarus?
I don't know where any of these places are.
What do they have that's worth invading them for? That's what you got to look at.
And again, when we were invading the rest of Europe, did Belarus exist? Burundi, maybe? Central African Republic, Chad, Republic of Congo, Guatemala, Ivory Coast, Kyrgyzstan, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Mali, the Marshall Islands, Monaco, Mongolia, Paraguay, Sao Tome and the Principe, Sweden, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and the Vatican City.
I literally know
you invaded
three
Vatican
of
City.
those.
You're messing.
I'm assuming it's just classified as neutral, maybe? I don't know. We just didn't bother.
I don't know.
Yeah, my geography isn't the best. By any means, my geography is not the best.
Well, on that map that you sent me, it's the ones that aren't coloured in blue.
Well, the rest of the map is white, and they've left the other areas white, so you can't see the
bits that aren't supposed
yeah,
to be white. The bit in the middle of Africa.
Do you need the rest of the country's labelling so that you know what you're looking at?
I honestly, I know where the UK is. I know where Australia is, and the North and South Pole.
They're not on this map though. We've probably invaded them.
What, the North and South Pole? The UK is definitely on this map, James.
No, I meant the North and South Pole on this map, not the fucking
I
UK.
know.
Yeah, this will be linked. But there's a reason why we used to be called Great Britain, because we were great.
Were we actually great though? Let's analyze this, shall we?
We were great invaders.
We ruined the economy and culture of every country we touched.
Still do.
Still do, yeah. And then, and do we still act entitled? So, like English people piss me off more than anything when they go to a foreign country on holiday and then complain about the amount of foreigners there. Like, what are you doing?
That annoys me.
Like,
speaking of which, I'm booking a holiday at the minute. Not at this exact second, but I'm sorting one out.
I was going to say, pay attention. This is important. Sorry.
No. I'm the same. I have a severe disliking to the UK, and well, more so the British attitude. But as I say, I'm not from the UK. I'm from the internet. So, but yeah, no. There's British people are very entitled, very pompous, very arrogant. It's just like,
yeah,
why?
It does annoy me that, to be honest. I act as I have rule Britannia all that lot, but no, let's face it, these days everyone's the fucking same as each other, aren't they?
Everyone's as bad as each other, yeah, apart from...
Yes, James, we are the baddies.
Right, just as a random one, I'm not going to link this. I'm going to send the tweet that Swoogi
oh my god! Oh yeah,
and
no.
the picture I just sent these guys, I'm going to retweet on the Twitter. So if you want to see it, you have to go find on Twitter.
I'm nowhere near this. I'm not touching that. There's nothing to do.
What are you trying to hide yourself from?
No, nothing. I just I will never reference Peep Show or agree or disagree with it. One of the best shows ever made.
That was the Mitchell and Webb look, actually. That.
Yeah, that's Mitchell Webb look.
No. That's where Mark makes his friend.
No, it's not. That's Mitchell and Webb look. Are we the baddies in the first episode of series 2, I think.
If that came,
guarantee you,
it's
not in Peep Show.
I guarantee you, it is.
No, it came before Peep Show. Actually,
if it came before,
I know
the episode
of.
It.
I know the episode of Peep Show you're talking about, where he makes friends with the racist. Yes.
Yeah.
That's. It's a great episode. Actually.
It's
We the Baddies is a line from a sketch show by the British comedy show The Mitchell and Webb.
The Mitchell and Webb
show. Look, sorry, I'm trying to read two lines at once. That Mitchell and Webb look, in which two men play Nazis when they realise they're the bad guys.
It
is that Mitchell and Webb look.
It was.
I don't know why we're arguing. This is like.
Either way, yeah, those two are great. Like they absolutely are. But again, the thing is, I discuss these things on stream sometimes, but because a large proportion of the stream are Americans, even the rest of the world, they don't really get this sort of humour. It's just too dry. This sort of humour is absolutely hilarious to me.
Captures beautifully how England and the people who live in England don't really quite know what they're doing ever. They don't know what they want to be. They don't know what they were. They don't know what the history or future holds. And it emanates from us in everything that we do. We are awkward. We are aggressive for no reason. We're always a little bit sad. And we talk about the weather because it's about the only thing that we can be certain of that's happening right now. And that the only thing we can be certain of that we can all see and all feel, because we're just an awkward group of people.
So, wait, are you guys fans of Peep Show as well?
I am. Massive fan, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it every now and again. I can never sit and watch a load of it, though. I've never actually watched all of them, but if I'm flicking through something and I see it, I'll sit and watch an episode. Does that make sense?
Too busy watching the Queen's speech.
Yes, watching the Queen's speech.
Oh, that Mitchell and Webb show. Oh, I thought that was after. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we're going down a TV. Yeah.
It's okay. Well, there's no direction.
We've got about 5-6 minutes left, so we can grab a hold on one more object. It can be that Mitchell and Webb look.
Honestly, I had other topics I'd written down. I was like, this. I'll try and.
Oh, come on! Let's pick one at random.
How many are there?
There's way too many. I've literally covered none of them. We just started, and
I was
Got a
just going to say,
D20 here I can roll, and we can pick one.
all right. So no, it's more me like podcasting and questioning you guys, like, because I
Oh
don't know.
yeah,
I
we
know.
don't
I
we don't
know.
have anything interesting to answer.
Well, no, I know sod all about you guys, like IRL wise, like apart from.
like, go quiz us.
All right. What?
We can run long if need be.
How long have you guys been doing the podcast? Where, how, and when did you get to this point? It's, yeah.
When did we start the podcast? It was
Oh
November.
my god, like 2019? Oh, was it 2020?
2020, I think. Hang on, let me check. I can see when we put the first video up.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
How we got to this podcast is I saw a meme which was basically saying that women go to therapy and men start a podcast. So me and Pete started a podcast.
James was thinking, I need therapy, but my wallet's looking pretty thin right now. Pete, do you want to do a podcast? He looked for the closest person to hand that was emotionally damaged. And here I am.
I've told you this before. I messaged the first person that I knew was going to reply to say yes, which was you. 24th November 2020, the first episode came up.
I have a close friend like that. Yeah, when he knows everyone else is going to say no, I'm just going to ask Swog. But
there's like any form of content. If you need someone to make any form of content, message Pete. He'll do it.
Relatable. Yeah. But just to deviate on a serious note, there, therapy. Do look into it. Do get it. It's relevant to everyone. But also, I know, especially in the UK, it's shit. Like, to get into it, it's just like, I saw a tweet as well. Males, they'll read something or see something, they're like, I will try and get a therapist. 5 hours later, after 37 calls, still not got an appointment. But highly recommend it. Always take care of your mental health. Blah blah blah. Or start a podcast. So,
yeah, start a podcast. It's cheaper. I'm not saying don't go for therapy. So my experience with regards to therapy is that you just cannot speak to someone, and when you do speak to someone, they're not really interested. They sort of filter you out as quickly as possible, tell you they can't help you, and that's it.
Just drink alcohol and no, sorry.
No, don't do that. I'm not.
Bitches.
Things didn't go well in my experience. It doesn't mean it's obviously it's beneficial to people. You can find lots of people who will tell you it's great and it was the best thing they ever did. And I wish I had that experience to share with people, but I don't. Yeah. I have a story of disappointment, of frustration, and then I started a podcast. But yeah, it's not a great state of things.
It's not.
It's a huge shortcoming of the country's healthcare system and things like that.
Serious note, everyone, look after your mental health. Reach out to friends, family, and therapy, etc. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late in the day to start this deep topic.
It's important, though. It's okay. It's important.
It's
really
scary and it is important. But yeah, I'm under the thought process where I'm similar to Mr. Burns on The Simpsons, where there's so much wrong with me, physically and mentally. It's all just sticking together. It's just like, you shouldn't be here. But
well, as long as you're still moving,
moving and breathing. So, sorry, I know we only had a few minutes left. I was meant to cover some. What do you guys do? So, what are your day-to-day?
I am a car mechanic.
Okay.
You already know what I do.
I went to university learning to fix airplanes, did that for 6 years, got bored of that, and now fix cars.
Learning to fix aeroplanes?
Yes, I was an aircraft mechanic for 6 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Almost makes you sound smart, doesn't it?
Oh, wow. Pete, I know you work in the catering industry.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Yeah, I've made burgers for 15 years.
That's catering industry, dude.
Yeah.
It's
been thrilling, and my soul could not be lifted any higher.
Very relatable. But yeah, what else was I going to ask? Families. Sorry, do your regular listeners, do they all know all this stuff, or is this stuff you?
Most of our regular listeners are our families. So
okay.
I don't know actually if we have gone through a lot of this stuff before, to be honest.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed Swoog's last video he was on with us is at 123 views. Nobody else watch it. It's at 123. Leave it there. Unless you can get it to 420, then it can say that as well.
All right. That was very odd.
So I'm just going over the old, because obviously I ended up on the homepage to see when we started the podcast.
That's our most successful video. Like, congratulations, Swoog. How does that feel? The networking worked.
It did it though.
We gained like 6 subscribers.
Yeah, honestly.
That's massive for us.
That was like a 10% increase, over 10% increase. We still want 100 by the end of the year.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm just gonna buy a load of bots now. It's similar to my Twitch channel.
So isn't that just your viewers anyway?
Family, kids, partners.
No.
I've got 2 kids.
2?
And a partner. Yeah, I've got 2 kids, yeah. I have a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old.
I knew you had one.
Well, now you know I have another.
Is Edward 4?
It will be next week.
Fucking hell. I can remember him
crazy,
being born.
Yeah, I think the first time you...
Not that I was there, I remember you messaging me.
Well, yeah, do you think the first time you interacted with Elliot, he just turned 3?
He was Sonic.
He was Sonic. That's right, he was dressed as Sonic.
Jeez.
Well, the amount of times I'd speak to Pete, well, like 6 years ago, obviously it seems, and I just hear like running in the background. I was like, what's that? And Pete's like, oh, it's just Sonic running around. Turns out it was his son in a onesie, but...
Sometimes he'd put the headset on when I go to the toilet and talk to you.
Yeah, he'd do that a lot.
Yeah.
Normally, as I'm saying a swear word is when I can hear him picking up. I'm like, yeah.
I never quite got in the habit of muting it before putting it down.
At that age, you learn at a young age when and where you can and can't swear. Because even to this day, if I swear in front of my mother, she will hit me. If I'm in public, she will hit me so hard. Like, I will get twatted round the back of the head so hard.
You just said the bad word.
Oh, it's fine if I'm using it on other people. I just don't like being called it.
Like being called a twat.
And final...
You have a double standard with that word.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude, I've got a double standard with everything. Like... And final question I will ask, because I know we've already overdone. How do you two even know each other? Where did you two even...
Fun fact, okay, we don't know each other. We've never met. We wouldn't know each other if we fell over each other. We have no plans on... Well, I have no plans on meeting James.
I am coming up to your town this weekend.
James wants to invade my personal space. I want to change my locks because, for some reason, I think he might have a key because he's just that crafty. Something to do with aircraft engineering. They can make keys as well. But yeah, no, we met through...
I did mess around with lockpicking for a couple of months when I was bored.
Don't make me nervous, okay? I'm already thinking about the bloop, and I'm going to fall asleep and dream about the bloop. I don't need the bloop to be a giant James now. That would be horrible.
Imagine the sound of like lockpicks in the door.
Oh no! You know what? I read. I read it a lot. I'm saying it as if I read it for the first time. I read The Raven.
Can't read.
And just before I went to bed.
What's The Raven?
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
But
Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. No? Not ring any bells? Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
It's an old poem. It's a really good poem.
Yeah,
as well.
it's great. I'll send
it's
it.
It's a poem / scary story.
Yeah, it's.
Do you watch The Simpsons much?
Many moons ago.
Well, many moons ago, they did a Halloween special
The
where
Treehouse of Horror, where Homer gets attacked by a bird in like a little poem form.
The bird has Bart's head for some reason.
Yes.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast, so I'll just smile and nod.
It was a very memorable episode, so you probably
really
would remember it if you saw it.
Yeah, it uses Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
That's James Earl Jones reading it, I believe, as well.
It is.
But yeah, anyway, I read that, and part of the poem then, so because you don't know, is he thinks he hears someone knocking at the door, and he opens the door, and it's just complete darkness. There's nothing there.
Knocking at my chamber door.
And yes, 'tis a stranger knocking at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. I see. What gets me there is I think it's quite kind of connected to my fear of deep water as well. Is that nothing being there is scarier than something being there, because anything could be in the nothingness. So for me, when if something, you got noises and things that go bump in the night, blah blah blah. If I can assign, so even if it was a zombie or a ghost that I could see, if I could assign something to it, I would be less afraid than it being nothing.
That's
and so
very relatable. Yeah.
Yeah. So because even if it's something that I can't actually fully comprehend, at least I can like sort of box it in my mind. So when I read The Raven, and as I reached the end of the poem, I assume it was just a breeze through the house, but it pushed my bedroom door open. This was before I had the cat. This was ages ago. Yeah, it's not unusual for the door to just the catch doesn't actually do anything. You can just push it without pushing the handle down. So the door is just shit anyway. But it was just perfectly timed, which reminded me of the time I was sat reading Dracula back in like 2009 or something.
Mate,
the first flat I ever
books
had.
You read? Jesus.
Just settle down. It's fine.
Sorry.
I was reading. I was reading Dracula, and it was a Saturday morning. It was one of the rare Saturday mornings I had off work at the time as well. It was in the middle of summer. It was really bright. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, really bright. And I was having a lazy morning reading Dracula, and it was one of the scenes where it describes a vampire attack. And if you've never read Dracula, it's in this very floaty, like, pre-war style, pre-World War One. What century is that? Anyway, the writing style is very sort of, it's unnecessary. It's superfluous words all the time. It takes 4 pages to describe that someone is ready to do something.
19th is the century.
19th century, thank you. And it's just very typical of that. And the description was really vivid. It was very, very good. It flowed very nicely, and it was so like the room was dark and covered in haze. And it was told from the point of view of the woman who was experiencing the vampire attack, and then there was suddenly like a faint red dot in the mist for some reason, which turned into 2 red dots, which turned out to be the eyes of the vampire, and blah blah blah. Then I was really invested into it, and then I had the window open, which blew the blinds, which knocked over a picture frame that was on the window, which then reflected the sun and sent this streaking flash across the wall. So there was a crack at the window and a flash of light that ran past as I was reading about a vampire attack. I was reading on my Kindle. I shit myself and threw my Kindle, which landed on top of the wardrobe. And then oh God, I shit my pants. Fully shit my pants. And then, because I did that was, bearing in mind it's broad daylight as well. But I did one of the shifts that I do now where I start at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to do them, but like less regularly. And I woke up to get ready for work, went into the bathroom, and as I was brushing my teeth, I was looking in the medicine cabinet mirror above the sink, and it struck me then that I'd just read a book that described in great detail how vampires don't have reflections, and I could see behind me the bathroom door was open a crack and led into darkness. So I immediately turned round, and the first thing I did was the first thing I noticed was the door, so I angled the mirror so I could see the door properly, and then realised, shit, vampires don't have fucking reflections, so I went and closed the door. And then I was like, it could be in here now. That's it. I'm going to die.
God damn.
Yeah, my imagination runs completely wild with me. And I hate it.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I used to pee the bed a lot as a kid. I was terrified of not knowing what was there or what could have been there.
Nothing is scarier than something, though. And again, when vampires don't have a reflection, I couldn't see anything in the mirror. Fuck, that doesn't mean anything. It could still be there. Nothing is worse. The scariest thing in the world is nothing.
Well, to answer the question that I have no idea how I understand this way, the way we met, you'll have to tune in next week to find out, because the guest we have coming in next week is the person that introduced me and Pete.
Ooh.
That's true, yeah.
Look at that fucking segue, professional podcaster.
That's how you podcast. That could not have gone any smoother.
It was me, ma'am.
Not quite, no.
We should get your mum on the podcast sometime, Pete.
Oh God, she'd hate that.
She listens to it. Hi, Pete's
she does,
mum.
yeah.
Hi, Pete's mum. Hey.
Her name's Les. You say hi, Les.
Hey, Les.
Hi, Les.
Your son is
She also
great.
runs a bookshop if anybody wants to pop down. If you're in the northwest of England, in Padgate, there's a little bookshop called Telltales. Go down, see my mum for a chat. Lovely woman. Get herself a cup of tea and a crumpet and browse her selection of books as well.
If you say you've come from the Words from Mouth podcast, you'll get a 0% discount.
If you tell them that you're a stranger from the internet that Pete sent, you will also receive no discount, but I'll be happy that you said it to her.
However,
you'll get the message to us.
if you go there and say that you are using the Eswoogi discount code, you will most likely get arrested. You get a free meal and bed in the cells overnight. So
You get a warm bed for the night.
but yeah, sorry about that, dudes. I know we literally we kind of went on a tangent this whole podcast.
Tangenting on a podcast? Never.
That never happens. That's not the point of Words From Our Mouths. You know, we don't just sit here and ramble at all.
I will keep my list for the third time I return if you ever have me back in future. But yeah, that's
we're more than happy to have you as a recurring guest.
You get views. I mean, you're a nice person to talk to.
Nice save, James. Nice save.
Yeah.
So what we'll do next time is we'll talk for an hour and then we'll do the podcast, because then we get on to what we actually want to talk about, right?
Well, yeah, I've got a list of stuff here, topics and things I wanted to talk about as well. And
that's so professional. You know what? If you want to, you mentioned actually branching off into podcasts yourself.
I considered the idea.
Yeah. Oh, is it no longer a consideration?
Well, dude, we'll see.
Well, look, if you need someone to bounce off, you're welcome to start a side project with us, okay? We are generous gods.
The problem is, I won't go down that. Yeah,
Anyway.
Yep, I will let you guys wrap up.
This has been a super long edition of Words From Our Mouths.
It's not our longest. We've had longer.
Is it not? Oh, that's what she said.
Oh. One of them got to about 1 hour 20 and I was having issues uploading it. I think that was the last one Spook was on. Genuinely had issues uploading it. It wouldn't let because our channel's so small. There's a limit to how long the video can be.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to cut out I think it's about 2 seconds off the intro music. It was literally just that much too long.
Sorry, my bad.
That's not your fault.
It's still our most popular video, so.
Well, you were going to say something there, James.
By the look at this one might be longer. This one might be longer. Shit. I better get some more of this one up.
It's alright. I'm sure there's some rambling towards the end.
Yeah,
anyway, yes, the few bits we said about on Twitter on this one, the pictures we were laughing at and the videos and all that lot, if you want to see them, you have to go to our Twitter, which is at our mouse, I think. Yeah, at our mouse. That's our Twitter.
Don't type that in incorrectly, you will get a dodgy account that has...
Look for the face that's the thumbnail on all our videos. And look for the subpar tweets from Mitchell and Webb Look and who's invaded England. Who England invaded, sorry. We have been invaded quite a lot as well. Also, you can email us at wordsfromourmouths@gmail.com. We have a link tree, which is linktree, whatever their thing is, /Waffam, WFOM. Join us on Discord. Go find Eswoogi on twitch.tv/Eswoogi.
And if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then I extend my sympathies for whatever it is you're going through that makes this seem good.
Well, if you did actually enjoy it, please subscribe and like on whatever platform.
At least consider it. You know, this has been nearly an hour and 15 minutes. What the hell's going on?
If you really, really enjoyed it, you could like it on Apple, like it on Spotify, and like it on YouTube.
You remember all those YouTube videos you watch and they say hit the bell and the subscribe button?
Yes.
Does that work?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work on me. I will actively not subscribe to a channel if they ask me to.
If I don't say it, it feels like we're doing something wrong because every single other YouTuber says it.
I know, but come on. Surely the point is you make content that people come back to and then you think, oh, actually, I want to make sure I catch the next one, so I'll press subscribe so it appears in my subscription feed. Not people saying because it's at the start of videos, for fuck's sake. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and like. Cause I don't know if you've done anything good yet. Shut the fuck up, son, and tell me your content first.
Well, the thing is, it's clickable. Like, if something's clickable, that's always the main thing. If you click this, click that. If you actually have to type stuff in, I'm out. Like, if I can click it,
I do need
fine.
to learn how to make the clickables. One day I'll learn how to make the clickables, and it'll appear in a big button on the middle of the screen at the end of the podcast. But we'll always do it at the end. I'll only do it if you actually enjoyed it. So no one's going to do it. That's why nobody likes and subscribes, because no one enjoys it.
Which is the correct, because it's for us. It's not for anybody else, James.
Okay.
Anyhow,
this is self-entertainment.
Yes, thank you for coming on again, Swoog.
No, thank you for having me. Sorry again. Next time I will.
Don't apologise. Is this what you do after sex as well? For God's sake, it was good for us. Is that what you want to hear?
No. I had a whole.
We finished and enjoyed it as well.
I appreciate you guys.
God.
I appreciate you having me back, and thank you, listeners, for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.
Yeah. Well, that's all. See you next time.
Thanks, dudes.